WhatsApp कर देना. Hi everyone, welcome to Mastering English Writing Skills with me Vandana. Now today's session is pretty interesting and we are going to talk about LinkedIn, a social media platform. And if I talk about myself, I simply love LinkedIn. Of course, you have Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, but LinkedIn is about working professionals. So what exactly are we going to learn in this lecture? Well, let's get started. So let's understand why LinkedIn matters and why exactly we are having this session in mastering English writing skills. So number one, LinkedIn is used by more than 1 billion users, and these people, they are working professionals. I always say that LinkedIn is like a Facebook of working professionals. So if you are somebody who uses Facebook and Instagram, who spends too much time on social media platforms, and you at the same time want to do something about your career, maybe LinkedIn is something that you should start exploring now. So because here more than 1 billion working professionals use this platform, I personally use this platform and I love this. And it's your professional voice online. Recruiters, clients, and peers view your posts. So many times on LinkedIn, you get to know about the latest jobs which are being posted, and you get to team up or collaborate with a lot of recruiters and people from HR. So you get good opportunities to collaborate and grow as a working professional, and it builds your personal brand and visibility. For me, this is very important. If you are a working professional, you need to have a personal brand. Even if you are an IT working professional, you still can have some visibility. You still can have your own personal brand on LinkedIn. And look at this, you can become a ghost writer and earn money. And a lot of people are doing this. They are making money through LinkedIn by writing. All right, let me explain what I'm trying to say. If you are somebody who has already used LinkedIn, if you already know what I'm talking about, then wonderful. But if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then let me make it clear. For example, let me exemplify to make you understand. Good evening, Anish, how are you? Hi, Kumawat. Ishika Kumawat. Hi, guys. Are you guys on LinkedIn? Let me know. So LinkedIn पे क्या होता है ना, on Instagram for example you scroll reels, right? There is a lot of video content on Instagram, but on LinkedIn you have written content, and this written content on LinkedIn that people are posting is absolutely valuable content. You can learn so much by just being on LinkedIn, and by just observing and following right people, and by just reading what they are posting, you can learn so much. I myself have posted for so many months on LinkedIn. So people, they post about their knowledge on LinkedIn because they are trying to build their personal brand. Okay, now what happens about the last pointer, that you can become a ghost writer on LinkedIn and start making money? This is how it works. For example, if I am a working professional and I like to do some personal branding and I like posting on LinkedIn about my skills, my communication skills, me being an IELTS trainer, then of course I will keep on posting small little tidbits on LinkedIn. But the problem is many working professionals do not have time to do all this, right? So just the way we have digital marketers who handle our social media platforms, similarly on LinkedIn we have ghost writers who handle our LinkedIn profile and they write on our behalf. So if you are able to do that, if you are able to write good posts for your clients, you can become a ghost writer and you can earn money. So that is one thing I wanted to let you know of. Now let's understand, in this session today we are going to understand that how can we write a good post on LinkedIn which has chances of going viral. Okay, so let me dive deep into it. Okay, let's understand how to draft a powerful LinkedIn post. अभी कोई LinkedIn पे नहीं जाएगा, इस सेशन के बाद जाना. Okay, right now just understand how exactly these things work. So how to draft a powerful LinkedIn post. यहाँ पे आपको बड़े बड़े essays नहीं लिखने होते हैं. Let me break it down for you. All right, so there are various types of LinkedIn post. अगर आप post करना start करते हो, you have to have that variety in your stories. You cannot post same type of story every day. So how to maintain that variety? Let's understand. So the very first type is personal story posts. Here you can share a real life experience or a lesson learned to connect on a human level. अपने बारे में आप कुछ बता सकते हो. Professional achievement post. Here you can celebrate a milestone. आपने कोई certification, diploma complete करा है, or you got a promotion or any project success. Then, value driven educational posts. Here you can offer tips, frameworks, or insights others can learn from. So, for example, how do you write value driven educational posts? Of course, I'll be showing you a sample, but for example, I am an IELTS trainer. I also deal in communication skills, writing skills, and stuff like that, right? So what do I do? On LinkedIn, I post some small little tips with which people who are reading my post, they can refine their communication skills. So such tips you can post according to, of course, your area of expertise. Next, industry trends or news commentary. For example, you can share your thoughts on recent developments or reports in your field. Moving on, event or webinar takeaways. If you attended some webinar or event, you can highlight key learnings from that, from a session that you attended or even you hosted. There is also an option to hold a poll. You can ask people by having a poll kind of post. You can ask your network for opinions, experiences, or feedback to encourage engagement. Okay, behind the scene or day in the life post. This is something that I some time back did. Behind the scene means, for example, right now I am in my office studio. And whatever happens here while we are shooting, that kind of behind the scene post I once posted and it was liked by a lot of people. So whatever you are doing in your office, you can do some behind the scenes kind of post. That is also very interesting. We call them BTS. Next, it gives a glimpse into your workday, team culture, or work process. You can book or a book or tool recommendations. Yes, this is also something that I usually do. You can share resources that have helped you grow professionally. So if you are a book reader, let's say, and if there is any book which has helped you, you can tell others on LinkedIn that, okay, read this book. Through this book, you will learn number one, number two, number three. These are the three takeaways that I learned from this book. Or if you used any new gadget, anything new that you want to recommend to others, you can post over there. And then client testimonials or case studies. So if you have testimonials, if you have satisfied clients, then LinkedIn is the best place to showcase those testimonials. It's the best place. Somebody who comes to your profile will check how solid your profile is and then they give you work opportunities. So you need to know how to build a solid profile on LinkedIn. And so through client testimonials, you can showcase impact and success stories from your work. Motivational or reflective posts. Sometimes you can post quotes, reflections, or mindset shifts that inspire growth. Sometimes, not always, right? So this is how you can maintain variety in your LinkedIn posts. Now, before I proceed, how many of you are already on LinkedIn? Are you guys on LinkedIn? Yes or no? I want to know in the chat box because I will proceed accordingly. How many of you are you guys on LinkedIn? Abhi mat jana LinkedIn pe. Abhi just let me know in the chat box. Are you there? Yes. Are you there? No? Okay, no. Fine. All right, fine. Okay. All right. So moving on. What makes a good LinkedIn post? अब LinkedIn पे post करना है, उसके लिए we are learning writing skills. So we will also have to. All right, Jay, well done. If you are there on it, great. How is your experience? I would like to see here in the chat box. Do you post on LinkedIn or do you read other people's posts? I would want to know stuff like that. Okay, now when we are learning this, that how to write a decent LinkedIn, strong LinkedIn post, let's also understand the structure. But yes, remember your LinkedIn posts have to be crisp. You cannot write lengthy paragraphs. No working professional is going to read it because nobody has the time to read lengthy paragraphs. All right. So let's quickly see how to write a good LinkedIn post. Number one, this is the very basic structure. Number one, there should be a hook to grab attention. Okay, it has become a part of my daily routine. Wow, I completely get you, Jay. I completely get you. So we get to learn so many things from this platform. Okay, so number one, hook, grab attention. Number two, value. The main body of your post comes after the hook. Here you can share a story, tip, or experience. Even if you had some kind of conversation with your colleague, see, it's a professional platform. So everything that you are posting there has to be somehow related to your professional zone. Even if it's a personal story, you need to somehow connect it with the your professional zone, or you need to somehow give knowledge through it, right? So that's the main thing here. So after hook, you come up with the main story, which can be your own personal story, a tip or experience, right? I still remember I once posted a story on personal story on LinkedIn, and this story in the story I described the goof ups that occurred in one of my YouTube live session. My collar mic fell off, my digital pen fell off, and we were not able to end the YouTube live on time. So these kind of hilarious things occurred, funny things occurred in one of my YouTube live session, and I posted that on my LinkedIn, and it was liked by a lot of people. So one mistake that people do is वो सारा पॉजिटिव पोस्ट करते हैं कि मैंने ये सर्टिफिकेशन कंप्लीट कर लिया, मैंने वो कर लिया. Sometimes when you post silly little goof ups also, they get immense attention by people. Okay, anyway, coming back to structure, after hook, your value, and after value, CTA. CTA is call to action. Okay, the full form here is call to action. So in CTA, you basically ask your readers to take action. What kind of action? You can ask them a question in the end. And if you do that, there's a strong chance they will reply to your question in the comments. And when they reply, the algorithm picks up your post and it goes in front of other people also. I'm sure you know that. So yes, ask them a question or invite them for anything. If, for example, you have a session, such as I keep on conducting live sessions. So I can invite by posting my live links there on LinkedIn. If you want to invite them, if you are having any kind of session, those invitations can also be posted there, or your own opinions on something, inviting opinions, their opinions. And sometimes I have also seen if people have a product, then they post the link of that product for working professionals to check it out. A lot of times in the CTA, in the call to action, they post a link and they would say, okay, go to this video of mine and check out blah, blah, blah. So in CTA, there are so many things that you can do, whatever you want to bring the attention of your audiences towards. Okay? That depends on you. Now moving on. See, like I said, your LinkedIn posts have to be crisp. These posts cannot be lengthy. यहाँ पे आप लंबे लंबे paragraph नहीं लिख सकते हो. And yes, this is super important. This is not your IELTS exam where you have to showcase your vocabulary skills. This is a social media platform. Here, if you are writing complex vocabulary, यहाँ पे अगर difficult vocabulary use करोगे, nobody will read your post. You have to use simple vocabulary, otherwise the algorithm will not pick it up. Moving on. Language to use. Okay, so blend of friendly and professional tone. LinkedIn पर professional as in formal plus informal दोनों तरह की tones चलती हैं. Then be honest, authentic and avoid too much jargon. Jargon क्या होता है? What do you mean by jargon? Anybody? Very good evening, Mohammed. How are you? So jargons are technical terms, right? So for example, if right now if I talk about myself, and so I am an IELTS trainer, I start throwing technical jargons at you. I start throwing words like LSRW, SOP, LOR. You will be lost. You wouldn't understand what the hell am I talking about, right? So that kind of technical terms, even whatever your profession is, do not use too many technical terms, because people don't understand. If they don't understand, your post will not get attention. Okay. Now, you can use phrases like, I am thrilled to share that blah, blah, blah. I have just completed a certification. I've just completed a degree, something like that. A big thank you to. Sometimes people thank their mentors, their teachers also on LinkedIn. So this is that phrase. Here's one thing I learned. So let's imagine you read a book, you took a course, you attended a webinar, you attended a conference, you were in a business meeting, anything. You may be having a conversation with somebody in a cafe, and you can still learn something from that conversation. And if you are learning something from that conversation, you can post it here. And yes, I am serious about it. I'll give you one example of myself. So, few months back, I had gone on a vacation with family and friends. एंड ये पोस्ट है मेरे लिंक्डइन पे जो मैं अभी आपको बता रही हूँ. फ्यू मंथ्स बैक आई हैड गॉन ऑन अ वेकेशन विद फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स, एंड वहाँ पर वी प्लेड truth and dare game. In that truth and dare game, I picked up questions that, okay, I will not choose the dare option, I'll choose the truth option. And when I chose that truth option, my friends and family, they asked questions. And when they were asking those questions and I was answering them back, I realized a few things about my personality, which I didn't know earlier. So this kind of realization that occurred in a simple truth and dare game, I learned something about my personality in that game. And this is how just a simple thing, a personal thing, if you are learning something from it, it can go on LinkedIn and it garners attentions. Things like these, which are raw, authentic, and you learned something about from it and you are giving that knowledge to others, such posts, they pick up attention from others. Okay, so here's one thing I learned. It can be anything. Why did I tell you about this truth and dare thing is because you would say that, well, we are not working professionals, we are freshers. What can we post here? I am telling you there are hell lot of things to post. Think about every day, think about one thing that, okay, at night before going to bed, sit with a pen and paper, इसको journaling बोलते हैं. Sit with a pen and paper and ask yourself, what did I learn today? इसके साथ बात हुई थी. I had a conversation with this guy. What did I learn from that conversation? And you will start noting the things that you are learning every single day. Okay. Okay, Jay says, ma'am, usually I start my LinkedIn post captions in a bit of a casual and informal way, like, yo buddies, so is it okay? Or see, informal is okay. LinkedIn पे informal चलता है, but you need to use a hook in the beginning. Yes, I mean, without a hook, let's say I come to your profile and I see your buddies, I will scroll up. I'll scroll down. I'll not read the entire post. Very first statement, that is a hook, needs to be catchy. And you know what? There's one fun fact I'll tell you about catchy hooks. You can make them negative. For example, the very first statement of, if I'm a communication skills coach, okay, I want my audience to learn communication skills from me, and I'm posting something on communication, the hook can be, do not learn communication. Negative, now it will attract people. And then later on I can say, do not learn communication skills if you do not want the promotion in your office. And then I'll give all the gyan that I want to give. I hope that's making sense, Jay. Okay, right, moving on. This is a sample post which I picked up. It's from my profile only, but yes, let's talk about it. So I'm saying you are not scared. Look at the hook. You're not scared of public speaking. Public speaking क्या होता है? 50 लोगों के सामने जाके बोलना. You give an IELTS exam. Yes, I have taken the IELTS exam. I scored 8.5 bands in IELTS exam. अभी यहाँ पे focus करते हैं, ठीक है? So you are not scared of public speaking. Public speaking means लोगों के सामने जाके बोलना, and पूरी दुनिया डरती है इससे. मैं अपने हुक में क्या कह रही हूँ? You are not scared of it. आगे क्या लिखा है? I am saying you are scared of judgment. So I am saying कि आप public speaking से नहीं डरते हो, आप लोगों की judgment से डरते हो. You are scared of what people will think. That is what I'm saying here. Let's read further. So that awkward pause, the blank stares, the fear of messing up your words. So आप इन चीजों से डरते हो. किससे डरते हो? That awkward pause, the blank stares when people stare at you blankly, the fear of messing up your words. You fear these things. Now let me share the mindset that changed everything for me. Here I am now going to give my value after this sentence, and the value is shift the spotlight. Trust me, ये मैंने करा है अपने साथ, okay? You can also try doing this and it works like magic. What? Let's read. So shift the spotlight. Stop thinking how will I sound when you are talking to a group of people. Stop thinking how will I sound. Don't think about it. Start asking how can I serve. Instead, ask yourself what can I give to my audience today. Ask that question. When you focus on helping your audience, clarity replaces anxiety. So when you ask yourself this question that what my audience is going to learn from me today, you will now get clarity. You will now start getting ideas, okay? And that anxiety will go. And connection replaces self-doubt. And when you have that genuine thing inside you that, okay, I want my audience to learn something from me, you will be able to build that genuine connection with your audience. Here's a quick way to apply this, and I have applied this on myself. I am now giving a tip. पहले मैंने वैल्यू दी कि ऐसा करो. Now I am telling कि ऐसा हम कैसे कर सकते हैं. I am saying, before any meeting or talk, write down one thing you want your audience to walk away with. So before any meeting or talk, write down one thing you want your audience to walk away with. For example, when I conduct my IELTS sessions, trust me, this is my daily practice. Before I hit that start class button, I ask myself, how do I want my students to feel today after this session gets over? And my answer usually is that, well, I want them to feel confident कि हाँ ये हम कर लेंगे, ये concept समझ में आ गया. I want them to feel confident, and accordingly I proceed my class. So this is something that I do, and you can also start doing it. So before any meeting or talk, write down one thing you want your audience to walk away with, just one. Now build your message around that one thing. You will be amazed how much more confident and impactful you feel, because confidence isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. What do you focus on before you speak? This is my CTA, a call to action, wherein in the end I am asking my audiences that what do you focus on before you speak to a group? And now in the comments, I will have people answering this question. And when people answer this question, my post will be picked up. The algorithm will pick up my post. But do you see the value in this post that I'm giving to my audience? Yes or no? Is it making sense? The hook, the call to action, and in the middle, the value that I'm giving to my audience. This is what is required for a solid LinkedIn post, okay? Now, this is a value-driven post. Like I showed you, 10 different types. There can be testimonials, there can be your own personal learning, personal short story. So, there are n number of things that you can post on LinkedIn. This is value-driven post that I'm showing you, okay? Now, there are some mistakes that you should avoid. For example, you cannot say that, okay, I attended a webinar and it was a nice session, I liked it. Why did you like it? Why are you calling it nice? State those things. Do not say nice. Why nice? Tell us why it was nice. And no structure. So you need to have a hook at the top, then value, and in the end, you need a CTA, call to action, if you want your posts to do good work on LinkedIn. And no takeaway or CTA, like I said, follow the structure. Okay. Takeaway means what are people taking from your post? What value are you giving to them? What are they learning from it? Okay, even if you are posting a simple review, you are telling your audience that, okay, look, this is a satisfied client, that is why I got this positive review. Even if you are telling your audience that, okay, I completed this certification, your audience will know that, okay, this person has completed so and so certification, and we can approach, we can give him related opportunities. Okay, like I said, visibility on LinkedIn can get you a lot of good professional opportunities. Okay, real life scenarios to post about: completing a course or internship, अगर आपने ऐसा कुछ करा है, post it. Attending a conference, post it. Career lessons learned, any lessons that you learned, post it. Gratitude towards mentors or colleagues or teachers. If you want to thank your teachers, you want to thank your boss, you want to thank your colleague, this is the place. You can tag them. Then they will come to your post and they would say, okay, most welcome, that's so sweet of you. Tag them. And industry insights or career advice. You know what? यूट्यूब पर और इंस्टाग्राम पर बहुत हेट्रेड मिलती है, राइट? इफ़ यू आर अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर, यू वुड नो व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. आप जितना मर्जी अच्छा काम कर लो, इंस्टाग्राम पर और यूट्यूब पर लोग आके कमेंट सेक्शन में ट्रोल करके जाते हैं, पर लिंक्डइन पे ऐसा नहीं है. लिंक्डइन पे वी हैव डिसेंट, एजुकेटेड, वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल, and you don't get trolled over there. So it's the safest platform right now. Okay, moving on. Final tips. Be you, not too formal and not too casual. Okay, just be raw, authentic self of yourself. Add value to your network. This is important. देखो, आई हैव सीन दिस हैपनिंग. पीपल पोस्ट जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ इट. लोग अपना टारगेट बना लेते हैं कि हाँ, मेरे को अब डेली पोस्ट करना है क्योंकि मुझे पर्सनल ब्रांड बनाना है. डेली पोस्ट करना इज नॉट, शुड नॉट बी योर प्रायोरिटी. Having value in your posts should be your priority. Stay consistent, post regularly, but if you do not have anything of good quality to share, take a break. This is something that I do always. I go 3 months straight in LinkedIn and then I take 3-month long break. Because in those 3-month long break, now I want to learn new things which I can share with my audience. So I don't post unless I have some quality to share with my audience. I don't post just for the sake of it. And I believe that should be the case. Quality matters, not quantity. Okay, so focus on quality, not quantity. But yes, try to be consistent as much as possible if you are trying to build your own brand, personal brand on LinkedIn, or if you want to be noticed by recruiters. I hope this was helpful. There was a comment, I need to read it. Okay, ma'am, I randomly came on this live, but I can say it was worth it. Learned too many new and valuable things, especially that first step, start with a negative sentence or hook. It was great. Thank you with folded hands, Jay. Thank you so much. You made my day. And very good evening, Iram. Very good evening. We are just wrapping up. Watch the recording if you want to learn about LinkedIn posts. I'll see you in the next lecture. Bye-bye, everyone.